Davante Adams. James Jones, talk to me, talk to the world. Where does Davante Adams put the Rams in the NFC?
Davante Adams to the Los Angeles Rams. Listen, I am putting them at number 3 right now, right? And I don't know what those other teams are going to be. I don't know what Detroit's going to be. I don't know what the Packers are going to be. I don't know what the Vikings are going to be. Those are all really good football teams last year. But this year, with Davante Adams over there with Puka Nacua, I'm putting them the number 3 team right now in the NFC walking into the season. Getting with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, the type of route runner that Davante Adams and playmaker Davante Adams is, it is going to be problems for defense trying to slow this offense down.
James, let me ask you a follow-up, because when I think about it, Davante Adams, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams in the backfield, I would suggest that that's potentially and maybe even objectively a top 5 skill position group now in the NFL. Do you agree what's left to make up there?
I absolutely agree. I don't know if it's too many better duos than Davante Adams, who's an extremely good route runner and route after catch. And then you got Puka Nacua, who can beat you deep, who can catch a screen, who can go to the house, and with a run game. And with Matthew Stafford, you got to put them up there with being a top 5 duo for sure. And then little Birdie say,
what Birdie telling you?
Cooper Kupp might not even be out of the mix. He possibly can be coming back to the Los Angeles Rams. If that happens, like Bernie Mac say, it's going to be trouble.
It's going to be trouble. Well, trouble in the AFC. I told y'all, money was everywhere. Shady McCoy, you was active when you saw that go down. Should DK be excited about the move to the Steelers?
He should be extremely excited, because I was excited. I'm like, oh, my God, DK Metcalf to the AFC North, to the Steelers? And I said, wait, hold up. Who's going to be the darn quarterback? Now, if it's Russell Wilson, yeah, be excited. He throws the ball downfield, and you know, the last time they were together, you know how crazy busy they got, giving out that crazy work with 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns. So I like that matchup. But if you're telling me Justin Fields, I say, hold up. You get Justin Fields as a quarterback. You got DK Metcalf as your wide receiver. He doesn't even throw the ball deep. Doesn't make no sense. It got to be Russ.
Josh deserves it. MVP this year. He was grossly underpaid, making $43 million a year, around the 14th highest paid quarterback. But significance-wise, this is pretty big because Josh Allen had 4 years left on his contract. They pretty much tore it up, said, you know what? You are worth way more than that. Josh Allen, over the next 4 years, gets $220 million. That number is significant. You know why? Because it surpasses Dak Prescott over a 4-year period by $1 million. He's now the highest paid quarterback in the next 4 years in NFL history. $250 million guaranteed. You know who else is looking at this deal, Acho? A guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes and a guy by the name of Lamar Jackson. Both have multiple years left on their deal. And they're seeing, hey, Bills, you were able to tear up Josh Allen's contract. Now it's time for me to get paid. Lamar Jackson, who represents himself, now it's time for me to get paid. You're seeing this market correction, but you're seeing it early. And that's why the Bills decided to pay Josh Allen now, because they know he's coming up in 2 or 3 years, and the price is only going to go up.
Break down that graphic for me. So you were saying that Josh Allen's going to make more than that and what? Because that graphic's a little bit different.
Yes.
Educate me, because I was a little confused by it. Clarify some things for them.
All it is, it's $55 million per year. But over the next 4 years, okay, you're seeing $55 million Dak Prescott. He's making $60 million. But Dak Prescott's contract is backloaded. And I know my producer didn't want me to get into this, but this is very, very significant because Josh Allen is making, over the next 4 years of the deal, okay, he's making $220 million.
Sheesh. That's some real money.
Well, that's how quarterbacks should get paid. You the best, you get paid.
Gotta let the people know.
Oh, man, that's a lot of money. Okay.
Man, y'all know I like my dog Aaron Rodgers to any team in the National Football League.
Yes, you do.
To the Steelers, it makes a lot of sense. You trade for DK Metcalf. You have George Pickens. You have a really good tight end. You're probably going to add another running back. Get somebody that can spin the football to get the ball to your playmakers. I'm not saying Justin Fields is not a good quarterback, but we all know Justin Fields' strength is not throwing the ball. These receivers want the football. Get a guy in there that can get DK involved in the game, can get George involved in the game. That is why you go over there and trade for him. You don't go trade for DK Metcalf to be in here blocking for your run game. You know what I'm saying? You go over here and you trade for him to go down the football field and make big plays. He has more speed than George Pickens. Now George is your route runner. He's your playmaker underneath. Get a guy that can spin it and make everybody around you better, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Superstar perspective, that's my new thing. We got superstar, we talking about come to your boy first. Because James is right. Like, now, I don't love it, for Aaron Rodgers, to be honest. I don't love that move, but I do like it.
Yep.
And if you're going to bring DK Metcalf in there, you better have Russ, you better have Aaron Rodgers there, because my thing is, if you take the money away from DK Metcalf, you say, yo, return him to the Steelers. You take the money away, he might be up there upset if he hears the conversation about, oh, we're going to keep Justin Fields as a starter, maybe not Russ, maybe Aaron Rodgers. Give him money, he's okay with that. If it's going to be Russ, if it's not going to be Russ, give me Aaron Rodgers. I need somebody to throw me the ball deep. He's a wide receiver, right? And then, respectfully, coming from Geno, right? I think Geno's is a solid quarterback. Can we all say solid? But now it's like, hey, I don't want to go from solid to now Lord and solid with Justin Fields. He needs a passer. Give him a passer, because if not, he's going to be upset. He's going to be making all that money with a frown on his face.
Can I say why I hate it, Jay? Now, I hate it because, Chase, you said something during last week's show. Mike Tomlin, eventually you're going to have to do the dirty work yourself. Mike Tomlin has never drafted a quality quarterback or developed a quality quarterback. And so, Mike Tomlin, you tried to use Russell Wilson, who Pete Carroll developed. You're trying to use Aaron Rodgers, who Mike McCarthy developed. You won a Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger, who Bill Cowher acquired. Eventually, Mike Tomlin, you're going to have to get your own hands dirty offensively. Mike Tomlin, as a defensive mind, one of the greatest the game of football has seen since the turn of the century, one of the greatest defensive minds and motivators we've all seen. But the reason I hate it, Chase, is because Mike Tomlin can't draft and or develop a queue of his own, he's going to try to retread 38, 39, 40, 41-year-old quarterbacks that other teams have already tried to develop. Eventually, Mike, you got to hit on a draft pick. You got to develop a draft pick. Swing and a miss on Kenny Pickett. Swing and a miss on the quarterback from Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph. Swing and a miss on the quarterback from Oklahoma, Landry Jones. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss. And as a result, now, Chase, we're talking about a 41-year-old Q that's not mobile, and you got an offensive line that can't protect. I don't like it because, Tomlin, you got to do your own dirty work offensively.
No, I get what you're saying, and I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm like right in the middle of it. Like, for one, I'll respond to what you were saying about Mike Tomlin. Like, I just don't know why you'd want a 41-year-old quarterback in your building. Like, I understand that Rodgers is a good option, but he's a good option for what? For 1 year? And do you think really that Aaron Rodgers is the missing piece in a Super Bowl run? Because we saw what the defense did down the stretch. We saw what that offensive line was like. And then that's another, you put Aaron Rodgers behind a bad offensive line. You know, the one thing Aaron does well, he gets the ball out of his hand quickly, right, James Jones? Like, he's not back there holding. He's not out there, like, moving around like he used to. He gets the ball out quick. This is what he did really well the last 10 games of last year. But when you look at the weapons around it, like any quarterback, forget about Rodgers, any quarterback should want to go there. When you have DK Metcalf and George Pickens, they got to get a run game. But for me, if I'm the Steelers, I'm looking at, man, I have not hit on a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. I have no idea why they want to go with a 41-year-old over maybe a 25-year-old. Justin Fields type guy. And I know you know why, but I'm just saying from the future of the franchise, to me, if you're going to sign Aaron Rodgers, you got to draft a guy. If you're going to sign Justin Fields, you're going to draft a guy middle round range that you're hoping is the guy. Quite honestly, this class isn't good. I don't love Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. I do think there's better teams out there.
So what's y'all plan if you're Mike Tomlin? Because in my humble opinion, whether we like it or not, Aaron the best option, age or not. Aaron is the best option at the quarterback spot. What's your plan? It's the weakest quarterback draft, so you're possibly not going to hit on another one because it's the weakest one.
Why do you think he's
now you're going to have to be super developed.
Let's start there.
I think Aaron Rodgers is still the best thrower of the football in this class. Sam Darnold can't even sniff the type of arm and development that Aaron Rodgers has. When I'm talking about breaking down defenses, getting the ball out of his hands, throwing with anticipation, I could keep on going down the road. There's nothing that these quarterbacks do out here right now better than Aaron Rodgers to move a little bit better.
But I think in this day and age of the NFL, I think that's significant. Like, to say, we start saying move a little bit better as it's a throwaway, James, not indicting what you're saying, but move a little bit better in this day and age of the NFL where our top quarterbacks are rushing for 300, 400, 1,000 yards. I think that's of substance. I don't think that Justin Fields is this bona fide, all-pro caliber quarterback, but the Jets are a snack-sized version of the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers struggled in a mighty way. Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Najee Harris, and number 30. Shady, you'll have to help me with this name. I forget. Najee Harris and number 30, the backup running back. Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. A really good defense with the Jets, supposed to be a really good defense with the Steelers. A defensive-minded head coach, albeit hadn't proven a goddamn thing in the NFL. With the Jets, a defensive-minded head coach with the Steelers. The Steelers and the Jets on paper are comparable. The Steelers and the Jets' ideology last year, comparable. The Steelers and the Jets are the same thing. You saw what Aaron Rodgers did with the Jets. Absolutely nothing. Why do you believe that you could come into a Steelers team in a significantly tougher division and win games? That's where I'm at 2-5 is like, we saw what Rodgers was.
Yeah, I think Tomlin has a big part of that, right? Aaron Rodgers is going to come there, the Steelers, and run the show. He's going to be part of the show. He's going to run the show. You watch him with the Jets, he was running the whole show. Practice this day, practice this, don't practice this next day. Or he plays, he don't play. Or blame this guy, blame it. That ain't going to happen with Mike Tomlin. That's one part. Second part, James is right. If we just talking about the straight quarterbacks, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, a lot of them dudes is better than Sam Darnold. A lot of teams is, if you had a quarterback, you take his name off the sheet, and I say he has 4,300 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, goes to the playoffs, one of the best teams in football, and you say he'll hit the market, everybody named Mom is going to try to sign him. Then I whisper his name and Sam Darnold. He's like, oh, wait, hold up. I don't want that. So I think Aaron's better there. I do like, Justin Fields, seriously, though. If he's 23, 25, it don't matter. He's not that good of a quarterback. We've seen it. And the way that the Steelers defense has played over the years, especially last year, you can't bank on that. You can't bank on beating teams with 4 field goals. No. You can't do it.
Let me push back.
They don't run the ball well. So my thing is, like, when you keep talking about all these other quarterbacks, like, for the job, other than my opinion, Russ, I like Russ. I think Russ shows you who he really is because that defense was not good last year. The running game was non-existent. Couldn't find it. Offensive line wasn't that good, and Russ still carried that team to the playoffs. And I watched Russ go against some good quarterbacks and beat him last year.
But here's the thing, and Chase has been preaching this, and let me push back on you out of respect. With Justin Fields, without DK Metcalf, you started 4-2. Russell Wilson finished the season 0-5. Justin Fields ain't great, but I know he can go 0-5. So with Justin Fields at 25, 26 years old, you started 4-2 without DK. You finished down the season, down the stretch with Russ 0-5. You have to suggest to me a game or games that you would rather Russell Wilson have than a Justin Fields have, because with Justin, without DK, you found a way to win games.
Well, can we look at the games? See, that's why I hate to go to stats. If you really watch the games that he won, they was kicking field goals. And the defense was playing well. Let's flip-flop. Same thing. Let's flip-flop. When Russ was putting up points and scoring some touchdowns, the defense wasn't as good. True or false?
Oh, 1,000% true.
All right. So my thing, if Justin Fields play in them games, they getting blew out.
But real quick, because I got to push back on something. Okay, right. Shady said they were kicking field goals. Someone correct me if I am wrong. When the Steelers beat the Ravens, I believe the final score was 18 or 19 to 16 on all field goals, 2-5. So what about? It was 6 field goals.
So what about when he played Joe Burrow?
And he outdoed him.
And the defense couldn't stop nobody.
But the next time he played...
Hold up. He put up, what, 30-something points?
Yeah, he could.
Can Justin Fields put up 20-something points? Can he score touchdowns? I'm being serious here.
Yeah, he can score touchdowns, but he's not putting up 40-something.
Well, he doesn't really score touchdowns.
He's not putting up.
So maybe he can because you guys think he can. Maybe he can.
I don't think he's putting up 40-something. He doesn't
do it a lot when we watch the real games.
So let me talk about like the Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers thing, right? First of all, you said let's just throw out the stats. Let's just throw out the stats, okay? Don't forget about the quarterback.
He don't have stats.
Okay, you don't have stats. He has 4-2. That's it. He's won games. He's going to cost significantly less than Aaron Rodgers. That's a huge deal for the Steelers. And second of all, he's going to be significantly less distraction. But the signing. So you have a significant less money and you have significantly less distractions. Why do you think teams, and look, we can think about what we want, but it's about what teams are doing right now because Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, and Daniel Jones are controlling the quarterback market right now. Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson are afterthoughts. 1, because they're older. 2, because they cost more money. 3, whether you like it or not, they come with distractions. Russell and Aaron Rodgers come with distractions. Teams are prioritizing, hey, we think we could do just as much winning-wise with the guys like Justin Fields and Sam Darnold. I'll leave Daniel Jones out
of it right now.
Alone.
I wanted to. Leave Daniel over here, please.
But that's why they're moving in the fact of Justin Fields and Sam Darnold. And quite honestly, Justin Fields right now, whether we like it or not, there's 2 teams that want him as NFL starter.
You know what?
Over Aaron Rodgers and over Russell Wilson. And quite honestly, last thing, one of those guys, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, they're not going to have a spot. When all the musical chairs of the quarterbacks is set, they're not going to have a spot. And that's just the hard truth and hard reality.
Can I holler at James Jones for a second? A wide receiver to play this game for a long time, right? Defense got quarterback. You know how they are. I just want to like, because I know how I would feel, right? And I think sometimes these GMs and some of the ownerships, when you bring certain players, that's why I always say we need more players in these front office, players in these coaching positions, because when you bring a guy like Daniel Jones, and you know what, guys? He's going to compete for a starting job. It's like, how do you feel coming in like that?
You don't want to play it.
You thinking like, yo, man, we ain't trying to win.
Yep.
You ain't trying to win.
That's exactly how you feel.
A guy like Justin Fields, respectfully, when you bring him into the offense, if I'm a starting running back and you're the starting wide receiver, you bring him in, hey, he's going to be a starting quarterback.
You know your opportunity's going down.
You get what I'm saying? Nobody's happy. Nobody's going to their wife after practice and say, babe, you upset.
The Vikings were happy.
You don't even talk about it.
They made 14 wins last year with Sam Darnold. So
man, I give you, listen. True story. Neighbors. I'm doing my job, dog.
Do your job, Shay.
Okay?
Do your job.
Yeah, I remember when I was talking to him about, was it Ricky Supposing? I'm like, you got a great talent at third. I'm like, yo, you seem a little down. Right? You know how I am. I got a big personality, so I'm talking the talk. And we get to his quarterback situation. He like, basically saying, bro, I got to go to New York. I'm super excited about being for the Giants. Yeah. But my quarterback is Daniel Jones, and he knew what type of year it would be for him.
Yeah.
And he's a rookie. Imagine a dude that's established, a superstar in the league, and you come in the league, and next you know, Daniel Jones or Justin Fields is my quarterback. I'm super upset.
I'm upset.
And James, this dude is 21 years old feeling like that. Imagine being 27, 26, thinking, okay, I got one more good contract. And then you bring me Justin Fields and Daniel Jones and maybe Sam Darnold.
It definitely makes the quarterback position more appealing for the Steelers.
I tell people all the time, right? Receiver is a tough position, right? You need the offensive line to block.
Yep.
Your quarterback got to be good.
Yep.
Your quarterback got to throw it to you.
You can be wide open. He don't look at you.
You understand what I'm saying?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.